Dominique Dawes. She's here with a handful of Olympic hopefuls to tell us about the Beijing Games and what countries could rule the gymnastics floor. Hi, Dominique.
Yay, Dominique. And how about this? She took home gold at the 1996 Olympics. Gymnastics champion Dominique Dawes here with a preview of the upcoming Beijing Games. And some of the athletes will dominate the floor, uneven bars, and the balance beam.
We're back in a moment with a check of the top stories and the weather. Don't go away. Stick around.
Michaela, and she's outside the parking lot with some great young athletes.
Yeah, you know what? Wow, I'm really loud out here. That scared me. Hi, I'm back, and I'm outside. The Olympics are a week away. It's hard to believe. All of those athletes have been preparing. The excitement is probably at a fever pitch right now. Nobody knows that better than a former Olympian, now turned Yahoo correspondent. This is Dominique Dawes. It's such a pleasure to have you here. Gail had a chance to speak with you before. We were a little envious. You agreed to come back and talk to us about the upcoming Olympics.
Yes.
You leave when?
I leave on Sunday, heading off to Beijing. It's going to be a very long trip, but I'm excited and very anxious to get there. This will be my 4th Olympic Games.
But
I'm going to.
4th Olympic Games, but this time not competing. How's that? What is that doing in your head?
You know, it's interesting. I didn't think I would be nervous at all, and I'm very nervous and very excited. This will be my first Olympic Games without wearing a leotard, and now being a part of the media, I'm very excited to report all the amazing stories.
But you know what? None of us would mind if you just wore a leotard up there in the booth. It's totally okay. I'll give you that permission. I know you would. Let's talk about some of the people that we should be watching for on the women's gymnastic team. Talk to us first about Shawn Johnson.
Shawn Johnson is amazing. She's the 2007 world champion as well as the 2008 national champion, and she has high hopes of winning the all-around in the Olympic Games in Beijing, and she's definitely going to be a lead competitor for one of the competitors for the women's team to win gold.
Okay, and then next up, Nastia Liukin.
Nastia Liukin, right
That's
away.
That's a name you'll never forget.
She's a fan favorite because she's so beautiful, so graceful, and she's really brought artistry back to the sport of gymnastics, which it was missing. And she's going to need a strong performance really to help Team USA win gold as well, and you'll see a couple of individual medals from this one.
There was a bit of a departure from that, as you mentioned. What happened? Is that just a change in the direction the coaches took the team?
Well, I don't think there really was a departure at all. 2004 was a very strong team. Yeah. They won a silver medal, and Carly Patterson was the all-around gold medalist. So they had a very strong team in 2004.
How about Alicia Sacramone?
Well, Alicia Sacramone, as well as Chelsea Memel, are 2 strong competitors for this team. They both are powerhouses. They both will contribute to the team's all-around efforts, and the team would definitely miss them if they weren't having their strongest performances.
So strong performances, that's what they're relying and depending on. But who are they looking at as their competitors? Because it's not just as much about what you're doing, but it's what the other folks are doing.
Oh, of course. The Chinese women, they're their #1 competition. And the thing is the Chinese women have hometown advantage.
Oh, okay.
And, you know, you got to wonder if it is really that much of an advantage. When the crowd's behind you, it adds a little bit of pressure and high expectations, exactly what my teammates and I felt 12 years ago in Atlanta, Georgia.
Typically, as an athlete, how soon ahead of the games do you arrive? Do the athletes arrive so that they can sort of try and get the hometown feel?
You usually get there at least a week before just to get adjusted to the time, just to get adjusted to the food, the atmosphere. So the women are probably there already training and mentally strong and focused on getting their job done in a little bit over a week.
You've had the benefit of being there so many times. Tell us something that most of us couch potatoes at home get to watch all of this excitement on our TVs. What is it that we don't know about the feeling of being there?
Oh, there's so much pride. It's a humbling experience to be an Olympian, and it's just great because you unite with not only American Olympians, but Olympians from around the globe. You're there with the best athletes at that moment around the world, and at the Olympic Village, they all get to bond and have a great time.
Which is funny when you think about it, because when they're out on the mat, the ice, whatever it is, wherever you are, the summer games on the track, you're competitors, but the rest of the time, there's a lot of that kind of bonding and fellowship.
Well, especially after the competition. Maybe not before the competition, but afterwards, they're all getting along and having a great time. And with me now being with Yahoo Sports, I'm hopefully going to catch a little bit of that action.
I think that's going to be a lot of fun for you. In fact, I want to hear from you after the fact and let me know how it goes. We'll be watching. Now, we have got some great activity going on behind us. Tell us about these ladies and where they're from.
Yes, these are young little local gymnasts from Broadway Gymnastics. I thought it was important to make sure that there were some local gymnasts in the background to show their stuff. They're doing some basic tricks, and a number of them are optional level performers as well as compulsory level performers.
What does that mean? Explain that to me.
Well, compulsories are a little bit of a lower level, and optional levels are a higher level, simply put.
Well, and I got to tell you, I can't do even a quarter of the things those young ladies are there. And what age are you guys about? How old are you? 11 and 12, and that's not necessarily early to start, is it?
No, that's not early. I started when I was 6, and I started setting my sights on the Olympics at 11 years old.
I was playing with dolls at 6. Yeah.
So was I.
Yeah, well, you were doing a lot more than just playing with dolls. Your dolls were probably also doing acrobatics.
They were
gymnast dolls. We want to tell you, have a great time. Enjoy this. Are you going to keep a blog or anything while you're there?
I am. Well, all of your viewers can go to yahoosports.com, and they can read my editorial pieces, also see when I'm interviewing athletes, and I'm going to do a number of webcasts there. So if everyone wants to check me out, they can go to yahoosports.com or go to my personal website, which is dominiquedawes.com, and I'll be blogging there.
Can I just say, knock a dead, girlfriend.
Oh,
Have some fun.
you.
I still think you should wear the leotard underneath. But that's just me. Call me crazy. We appreciate it, and thanks to the ladies for coming out. Keep doing your thing. It makes me feel like I'm active by watching you do it. When we come back, we've got some little furry friends that need a home. Maybe you've got a